I were to use the word growth mindset, hold on, let me get my screen correct. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when I use the word growth mindset? Can you just unmute and speak to me, please? Anyone? When you hear the word growth mindset, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Being receptive to ideas.
And who is this lovely lady, please?
Hi, I'm Grace. Grace Chua.
Hi, Grace.
Hello.
Hi, Grace. Hi. Okay. When I say growth mindset, it means being receptive to new ideas.
As long as not 5 o'clock.
Okay. Who was that again just now? Who was that again just now? Can I have it? Can I have you say it again? Because there was some lagging, there was some disruption. I think Grace, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Grace. There was some lagging. Couldn't hear you. What did you say just now, please?
Oh, I just said that it is acceptance to ideas, you know, to be able to better yourself and not restricting yourself. So it's a growing process.
Okay, Grace, stay with me, okay? Stay with me.
Yep.
So if that is a growing process, if we speak about growth mindset, the first thing that comes to your mind is growing, moving, some form of movement, some form of bravery, courage to move along, right? Then
yep.
What is the opposite of growth mindset?
Well, wow.
Don't worry,
Stubbornness?
Stubbornness, you're there, okay.
Stagnant. I think stagnant.
Sorry?
I mean, not able to grow, that means you'll be in the stagnant stage.
Okay, so the opposite of growth mindset is stagnant. Grace said stubbornness. Anybody else? What is the opposite of growth mindset?
A closed mind?
Regression.
Yes, a closed mind. Who else?
Fixed mindset.
Fixed.
Yes, Rajiv. Thank you. Rajiv, can I see your face, please? Can I see your handsome face, please?
I'm not prepared to show my face yet. Yeah,
okay.
So sorry.
So no, it's okay. It's just that
I'll send you a photo of mine later. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so the opposite of growth mindset is actually fixed mindset, but you can call it many. There are so many synonyms to it. Some people say that a growth mindset is actually positive thinking. A fixed mindset is negative thinking. What do you think, guys? Can I categorize it as that? Just tell me, is it a yes or no? Don't chat me because I can't find my chat button today.
I agree.
Say that growth mindset is positive thinking and fixed mindset is negative thinking. Can I say that?
Yes, I think I agree that.
Yes, okay, Jessica, you're right. It's actually growth mindset and fixed mindset is actually a branch of this positive thinking and negative thinking, right? So what is a fixed mindset and what is a growth mindset exactly? A fixed mindset is when you are faced with a challenge, you just stay. When you have a fixed mindset and when you're faced with an obstacle, you have a tendency to stay in your comfort zone. That's why fixed. This is the zone that functions the best for you. What is not functioning great for you is this yellow zone, which is the learning zone. And what is another zone that is functioning great for you is the panic zone. So again, what is a fixed mindset exactly? A zone, whenever you're faced with an obstacle, it puts you in this comfort zone and panic zone, and your learning zone is very, very narrow. Why, guys? Anybody? Why? Why does your zone, these two, why does your comfort zone and panic zone increase, expand, and your learning zone decrease? Anybody? Sanjeev, are you still there with me?
Yes, I am.
Great, great. Sanjeev, can you tell me why? We are on fixed mindset now, okay? Not that you are fixed mindset. Huh?
Sure,
Okay.
I understand.
Okay, when we are faced with obstacles, especially, when we are faced with a challenge, if you have something new, COVID is very new, but I don't want to use COVID because everybody is using COVID. I think you're sick and tired of COVID. We go into this very quick fixed mindset. And this is exactly how it looks in your brain, a very simplified version, but this is exactly how your brain looks. Why?
Because you are used to it being in the comfort zone.
Okay. And what's happening in the comfort zone?
You don't want to try anything new. You want to remain with the old things which you were used to.
Okay. Here's another question for you. If you go into the learning zone, what happens?
You will learn new things. You will explore things.
Here you don't. Do you really see that if you're in a fixed mindset? Let's say, Sanjeev, you are not a fixed mindset person. I'm not talking about you. I may be talking about somebody else that you have to coach. Okay, somebody who has a fixed mindset and you want to coach this guy to a growth mindset. When this guy goes into the learning zone, what happens?
In the fixed mindset, when the person goes to a learning zone,
what happens?
He or she may
let's use the word he. Let's use the word he so that it's easy.
Okay. He will only take in what he already knew, or the area which he knew, and then will not really accept the other things which is not in his paradigm of knowledge.
Perfect. Splendid answer. So if that's a fixed mindset, this is what a growth mindset looks like. Can you see the difference? The learning zone is very, very wide. The panic zone is so narrow, and the comfort zone is also narrowed. I'm going to show this to you again so that you can make a very good analogy. This is what your fixed mindset looks like. Do take a picture if you want to. Please take out your cameras. Do take a picture. This is what your fixed mindset looks like. Comfort zone and learning. Panic zone is huge. Learning zone is very narrow. This is what your growth mindset looks like. Comfort zone is very narrow. Panic zone is also very narrow. Learning zone is huge. So here's another question for you guys. Both growth mindset and fixed mindset. What is it like? Have you ever gone through this fixed mindset zone? Have you ever experienced it? It's easy for me to say. Comfort zone, learning zone, panic zone. These are all very cliched words that you've heard over and over again. But what really takes place, like what I asked Sanjeev just now, what's really going through the person's brain when the person is in comfort zone? What is the person feeling? What is the situation like that the person is so automatically taking this fixed mindset, this approach, this automatic approach? Why? Why are we doing this? Can you reflect? Can I just give you a few seconds to reflect on an experience that you faced, and then you go into this zone? Anybody, this particular zone, I'm interested in this fixed mindset zone. Before I move you to growth mindset, I'm interested in this first. Anybody, can you tell me of an experience that you faced, a very quick experience that you faced that put you in this fixed mindset zone? Grace, are you with me?
Yep. I will say that when you feel that you have actually mastered a skill,
hold on, Grace. We are in fixed mindset zone.
Yeah.
So can you give me a situation? Probably I was not clear. Can you give me a situation that puts you automatically in this fixed mindset zone? I repeat that. Can you give me a situation? Can you remember an experience, a situation that puts you in this fixed mindset zone? immediately, quickly. This zone, this fixed mindset zone, you go in very automatically, very quickly you go into this zone.
Like
That's
cycling?
Sorry?
Like a cycling skill?
Okay, so when you're faced with a skill, because you're not that skillful, you go into this fixed mindset, right? It's challenging to give you an experience online, but I'm going to try because I am growth mindset. I'm going to try, okay? So this is what I want from you. In the next slide, okay, not this slide, huh? In the next slide, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I have my clock with me. I'm going to give you 30 seconds and I'm going to ask you to read a paragraph. In this paragraph, it has two concepts, two definitions. One definition is on fixed mindset. One definition is on growth mindset. The challenge, however, you would face is this. You only have 30 seconds to read a paragraph that's about 150 words long. Okay. What's the other challenge? The other challenge is as you are reading, you would see that within a word, I jumble up certain letters in between the word that makes it a bit challenging to read the passage. I do not want you to chat me. I do not want you to speak in the next slide. I want you to just read. After you have read, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Are you ready? Are you all ready? Great. Okay, here is your challenge. If there is a bit of lagging, no worries, okay? I think someone has to mute yourself. And here you are. This is your challenge. Let me explain the challenge to you again. You will be presented with a 150-word long paragraph. Some of the words are deliberately tweaked in such a way that the letters in between are muffled, okay, are jumbled up. So you have to decipher what you are reading. You have 30 seconds to complete. Complete what? You have 30 seconds to complete understanding two definitions. What is a fixed mindset and what is a growth mindset? And if you're ready, okay, 30 seconds up. Are we all okay? Are you there?
Challenging the words.
Yes.
All distorted.
Challenging. Stop here, okay? If you go back to my first few slides, it's all about when you're faced with a challenge. It's all about when you're faced with an obstacle. And this challenge that I'm giving you is I'm asking you to read fast. Okay, I'm asking you to read fast, and I've given you a particular situation. I'm going to discuss the situation. So this challenging, definitely it's a challenge, okay? It's easy to use growth mindset when you don't have a challenge. You know why? You're in a very calm water situation. So all you need to do is take your time to improve yourself because the waters are calm. But when the waters are choppy, we call it the white water situation. When you have a white water situation, you will observe that you go into a fixed mindset very quickly because the learning zone will narrow. The comfort zone will increase. The panic zone will increase. So, Keith, you are right. It's a very challenging situation that I'm giving you online. Okay? Now, I'd like you to think about the situation that I've given you and give me some of the obstacles that you faced when I gave you the challenge. Think about some of the obstacles you face that put you in a situation called a challenging situation. Since I can see your lovely face,
Yeah.
can you give me one, please?
Yeah, the words are not correctly spelled, so I need to focus to correct it before I can proceed to read and understand the statements.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
why
hold
the
on,
speed
hold
was
on.
slowed down.
Hold on, keep hold on. Your obstacle,
Yeah.
some of us call it impediment, some of us call it obstacle, some of us call it challenge, okay, was that
The spelling of the words.
the spelling, yes, as I said, is deliberately spelled in between the words. I jumbled up the words
Yes.
and you can't really. So that was the first obstacle you faced.
Yes.
Right? You faced.
Yes.
Anybody else? Can I have anybody else? What is another obstacle that put you in a situation?
Not enough time.
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, can I have your name, please?
Anahita. Anna,
Okay.
you can call me.
Anna, you did not have enough time.
Yes.
Okay. Anna, can you give me one more? I think I lost Anna.
Yeah.
This is Emily.
Emmeline. Yes, Emmeline.
Yeah.
Can you give me one more? Yes,
The
Emmeline?
size of the text is small.
Small. It's small. It's
Yeah.
just font size 18. It's very irritating. Somebody else give me. Yes, it's very, all these are done deliberately, guys, because I want to
Yes.
present a challenge to you. See, and then later I'm going to crack your head and see what's going on in your head. Okay. Somebody give me one more, please.
It was stopped before 30 seconds.
It was up before 30 seconds. Terrible, Sandra Daniel. Somebody give me one more, please.
Hello, it's the
Yes,
speed. I have to, the speed. My eyes got to be very fast. I have to pick up the main words and ignore those like and, those simple words.
Correct. Can you see, guys, how complex the situation is? You're talking to me about all what you have said so far is a very typical challenging situation, which I call a VUCA situation. Let me I want you to absorb this. You just face a challenging situation, but I want to be precise about what is the challenge that you face. Number one, all what you have said to me can be diffused into VUCA. Okay. Number one, you were not expecting this challenge from me, no? You're here for growth mindset, and I'm asking you to speed read. It's an unexpected challenge. When you're faced with an unexpected challenge, what do you think happens to the brain? Anybody? Let's look at V first, volatile situation. VUCA, all this speaks about challenge, but I want to be more specific. What is this, when you're faced with this unexpected challenge, what happens to your brain?
It tends to be slower.
Tends to be slower, you become emotionally hijacked, no? You become emotionally hijacked, no?
That's right.
Stress.
Yes, stress, thank you very much. You can even become passively angry. It's a very negative feeling, but we'll discuss about feelings later. So I gave you an unexpected challenge. The next thing that I did was, I made things very uncertain for you, you know. I gave you two definitions which were very vague deliberately. If I were to ask you to recount what is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, you won't quite be able to do it because you lack other pieces of information. So you're still in a very uncertain stage or state. I'm going to stop here at you. So I've covered V, I've covered you. I want you to try and reflect in your organization. Whenever you go into this fixed mindset where you're not ready to make the change, it's usually because of a situation similar like this, volatile, unexpected, uncertain. You don't have enough information. Or the next one, things are very complex. Too many systems. In my last slide, what were some of the systems that I gave you? Relatively, it's complex. I put music behind. Then I gave you ambiguous words. I jumbled up the words. I gave you two concepts. I gave you a timing. I deliberately did not keep up to my timing. So all these are different systems that come into play that can emotionally hijack you and put you in a fixed mindset state because you react immediately. Fixed mindset is the best, easiest mindset for you. Again, for you, okay? At this current moment in time, you think that that's the best. We will discuss this later, whether it's the best or not. The next thing is that it was ambiguous. You have never done this before. There's no former precedent cases of doing such a thing unless you have done a speed reading course. So you are in the state of unknown of unknowns. I don't know what I don't know kind of state. And this VUCA state is a typical situation where we have a tendency to, because of this situation, we have a tendency to quickly go into a fixed mindset. This is the reason why the learning is so narrow, because of this fear. Okay? So, how did you feel, guys? This is telling you about the situation. Now I need to know, how did you feel? I did have a quick one with Key, and I said you have an emotional hijack and you probably felt anger. What else did you feel? Anybody else? When you're faced with this VUCA situation, what else do you feel?
Anxious.
Anxious. Geraldine, when you feel anxious, what else takes place in your body physically? You're feeling anxious. You definitely have a very high cortisol level. Your stress hormones are very high. What happens to your physical body?
We tend to frown.
That's a reaction. That's a micro expression. You're trying to frown. Okay, what else? Geraldine, back to you.
Perspire.
Perspire. Oh, Sanjeev, that's you. I'm still waiting to see your face. You start perspiring. Okay, you start perspiring. What else? Can somebody speak to me about breathing?
Fast breathing. Fast paced.
Very fast.
Short
Very
breath.
shallow. You can't take in that much air. Okay, you feel a sense of heaviness. What else do you feel? Anybody else? Emmeline, are you there?
Tense up?
Yes.
When you feel tense up, you get a headache?
No, just body upright. So getting ready, okay.
Getting ready to whack somebody, hammer somebody, fly away, run away, hide under the carpet, avoid the situation, or just accommodate, okay lah, whatever you say lah. Or just compromise, I give up something, you give up something, I lose something, you lose something. I just take quick actions, right? When you're feeling this way. I'm going to stop here, guys. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to bring you back a little bit, and then I'm going to move forward. So when you have a fixed mindset, it is usually because of a challenge or because of an obstacle that you're facing. Specifically, you're facing a VUCA situation. When you face a VUCA situation, you feel differently, okay? Your body is not ready to take on the challenge. Your body is not ready for problem solving. Your body, your mind is only ready for a shortcut. So what happens is when you say, I perspire, I frown, I have shallow breathing, I become anxious, I want to make a fast, quick decision and just get this thing over and done with. What you're doing is actually you're catastrophizing. It's a huge word in psychology. What is to catastrophize? Anybody? When you answer me, can you answer in relation to the task that I gave you? Let's call this task speed reading. What goes through your head? What are the thoughts? You're in fixed mindset. Huh? What are the thoughts that goes through your head? Anybody? If you can recall earlier on when I said I'm going to give you a challenge, and I start playing the music, and you couldn't read. What were you thinking about?
Will I be able to do it?
Will I be able to do it? What else?
Maybe we are just reading fast without understanding what we are reading.
Yes. Can I summarize what you said even further, Anna?
Yeah.
What is the stupid task that she's asking us to do? I'm here for growth mindset, Sandra. What are you trying to do? What else? Somebody else catastrophize, please. Hey guys, do you know we're very good at catastrophizing? We're excellent, you know. Anybody else? Emmeline, one catastrophe. Can you just catastrophize for me, please?
Maybe the task is actually simple, but we are just thinking that it could be something more.
The task is simple, but yes, okay. But what exactly do you say to yourself? I need to know what exactly do you say to yourself.
Yeah, there's two
Yes.
things we will say. Say or do. One is fight, go for it, or run away from it, fly.
Okay. So to summarize all your catastrophizing, very important fact that I'm going to bring about. You do very heavy thinking, but the heaviness is done in a very fast manner. Hear me out, guys. At this stage, you would actually do very heavy thinking, and you jump into conclusions very fast. Let me go through what you actually do. This is called catastrophizing in a fixed mindset. First, you experience a VUCA. Can you see at the bottom of the ladder, guys? Okay. First, you experience a VUCA. V-U-C-A. Stop. Stop. V stands for volatile. U stands for uncertain. C stands for complex. A stands for ambiguity. All this is a challenging situation. So whenever you face a challenging situation, I say you experience a VUCA. So when we experience a VUCA, the first thing, do you know what we do? The first thing we do is we select certain data. And the data is data specifically to adhere to my comfort zone. The data that I choose is very special, bias, confirmation bias going on, okay, to suit, to fit, to allow me to sit in my comfort zone. So I may say things like, "Hiya, what is this that Sandra is doing and giving me? I need to handle XYZ, far more important. No time to learn this stupid speed reading skill. I'm already comfortable with my reading skill. Why change?" First thing you do, you select data to suit your needs. Second thing you do is you start victimizing yourself. This one, we're all very good in, you know. You start adding meaning to your already selected data. I can't do this. But it would be a snap if I had very good academic genes. If my mother, father, brothers if my mother and father are academics, I probably will be able to do this. And then you start making, the next stage of your thinking pattern goes to assumptions. Others have tried it before. I know about this stupid speed reading thing. And I'm sure it didn't work. You don't know, you know, you're just making assumptions. And then you jump into conclusion. What is your conclusion? Let Sandra just play this video. Let it ride through, but I will not read it. You know why? If I will avoid reading the paragraph, I will not fail. So you completely not do the task. And this is an example of catastrophizing in a fixed mindset. But the thing is this, guys, when you jump into conclusion, after a while, whenever you experience a VUCA again, you take back you go through this same thinking patterns, this same ladder of inference. You go through over and over again. After a few rounds of this, you adopt a certain belief. It's more important to keep my dignity and don't do this. I don't want to fail. It's my face. I'd rather keep my face than fail. So the fixed mindset specifically takes you on this ladder of inference, and you do a system one thinking. System one thinking is experience a VUCA, jump into conclusion. Experience a VUCA, jump into conclusion. And what is this conclusion? I'd rather not try. Why are you doing this? I've already explained to you. Look back at my notes as to how you got there. And this is why your learning zone, let me go back to the learning zone. Is very narrow. This is the reason why. This is the reason why your panic zone is huge. And this is the reason why you stay in your comfort zone. So when we talk about comfort zone, guys, it's not the cliched comfort zone that we are talking about. It's really more than that. If you could actually have self-awareness about what's going on in your head first before you coach someone, it would be great. If you can take a paper and pen and actually write down how you experience a VUCA and how you adopt your beliefs and how you jump into conclusions, it would be great. So this is an example of a fixed mindset. Now, I told you that you do it very frequently. So if I'm faced with a VUCA, I would go into a rumination cycle, one cycle after another cycle. And it's very quick. I jump into conclusions, I go back again, and then it goes on and on and on and on. The thing is this, guys, as you are doing this, you are using your emotional brain more than your thinking brain. Because if you look back, these statements are very laden and heavy in emotion. Is emotion bad? No, I'm not advocating that emotion is bad. But this kind of negative emotion we can do without. So when you overuse your emotional brain, you are, let me give you a metaphor, you are like an elephant. How heavy is this guy? 6 tons. So you would be like that. Heavy in rumination, on and on and on with this ladder of inference, system one, fast jumping into conclusion thinking, and yet still feeling very, very heavy. So if you look at the picture here, this elephant is moving towards my right direction, moving towards my right, towards a path there. So if I were to tell this elephant, hey, turn around. I do not want you to take this path. Can you turn around and take another path? I probably will have to use my thinking brain to turn this huge guy around. Do you see what I mean, guys? So there is the thinking brain, which here is represented by the elephant. Okay, there's the emotional brain, which is represented by the elephant, and there is the thinking brain. So because the emotional brain is so heavy, you can't do much, but try and get the thinking brain to interfere, to intervene, not interfere, to intervene. How can I do that, guys? Anybody? How can I get the thinking brain to interject this whole heaviness? But hold on, guys, before you answer me. It's okay to be emotional, no? Okay, it's okay to be emotional, no? But when the emotion is negative, then you have a fixed mindset. If the emotion is positive, oh, wonderful. But you still need the thinking brain to create some kind of direction. So if I want the elephant now to go the other way, just now the elephant was going down the path, my right hand side, the right path. Okay. If I want it to go this side now, if I want it to go to take a different path, what do I do, guys? So if you're using your thinking brain to interject, you have moved from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. If you don't use your thinking brain and you just let it go, you just let your emotional brain go on and ruminate, then you are in your comfort zone, panic zone, fixed mindset. What can I do, guys?
Analyze the situation.
Specifics. Give me some more specifics, ma'am. When you say analyze the situation.
Like rather than to overthink when you were talking to us.
Hold on, Anna. You've got a perfect, splendid answer, Anna. Can I speak in relation to the speed reading activity so that everyone is very clear? Otherwise, you're on a different platform and they're on a different platform.
Yeah.
So if I were to give you this speed reading again, this another paragraph, for example, again, okay? Same thing. You have the music obstacle, you have the jumbled up words, you have a trainer who's saying 30 seconds, but finishing it in 20 seconds. You have a VUCA situation still. What can the thinking brain do? How can the thinking brain redirect the elephant? Yes, Anna, now your question in relation to the speed reading task.
Yeah, so now we just wait till the slide shifts and then we see, then we react, kind of like we don't start overthinking before we actually see the slide.
Okay, so your overthinking, which is putting you in fear, is the obstacle. Am I right, Anna?
We don't really know whether the obstacle is there or not.
So you're uncertain of what's the obstacle, right? So if I were to give you this again, this same scenario again, what would you do now?
Yeah, so like we would now be better prepared also. And
so you would remove the obstacle of fear because your fear was irrational fear.
Correct.
So you would remove the obstacle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great answer. Anybody else? I can only see Emily, Sanjeev, Anna, Christy. Are you there, Christy? No, Christy is not there. Sanjeev, are you there? I can only see a few names, you know.
Hey, Sandra.
Yep.
Hey, hi.
Hi. My name is Chong. Nice to meet you. Okay. So for me, usually if I face, difficult.
I have Cheryl Chua there. So you're using somebody else's laptop, is it?
Oh yeah. Someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom. Yes.
Yeah. So sorry. Okay. So basically, for me, facing such situation, usually I will not focus on the process, but I will focus on the outcome that I will achieve, so that I will not get panicked and focus on my emotion. This is what I will do.
Okay.
Yes. So
you would focus on. Let me rephrase it for you,
yes.
Chong. You know why? Because in a growth mindset, we always focus on the process.
Okay.
Because it's the process. Processes are very long. If you focus, here's the question for you, Chong. If I keep focusing on the outcome, do you know, I would become panicky, and then I would start what? If I focus on the outcome, I will start becoming panicky, fear, and all the emotions that we discussed just now. And then I would do what? What would my response be?
Assume.
Compete. You would compete. You become very competitive. You know, you compete with who? You compete with others, you know. If you compete with yourself, fantastic. Unfortunately, because you're in a fixed mindset state, you're in a panicky state, you know, I explained to you the ladder of influence, the system one, very fast thinking. You just feel that, hey, you start blaming, no? Hey, he's better than me. I'm not as great. I don't have the genes. This takes place, no? You go back into fixed mindset. You don't want that. You can say that. So focusing, yes, the outcome is important. Of course, outcomes are important. Objectives and outcomes are important. But if you could focus on the process and how you can get there, you would be less stressed. You would have more dopamine. Can you see how? Can you see how, Chong? Can you tell me how?
Because for me, through the earlier process, I'm focusing on what I can learn along the way. So that's my objective of learning.
So in your process, if you can focus on what you learn, what am I winning? Winning is winning. What am I winning? What am I learning? What am I winning? What am I learning? Okay. Then you see some form of movement.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying? No? Guys, don't worry. I'm going to explain all this in a slide. Everything that you're saying in a slide. Okay. But
okay.
I would like to get you guys to articulate. What else, guys? What else can the thinking brain do to intercept this whole situation so that the elephant now moves to the other part? Anybody else? Chong, since I'm still with you, can you give me one more?
Hi, Sandra.
Hey, hi. Hey, Keith, okay. You're back again. I'm so happy that you didn't leave me. Very happy, yes.
Yeah. Maybe what I will be thinking during the process just now was I will, even though I know it's difficult, but I will try to go through the process, try as much as possible to understand the meaning of the sentence. Yeah, this Fantastic. Is what I'm, yeah.
Growth mindset is trying.
Yes.
Growth mindset.
Elephant to turn around.
Yes, growth mindset is the power of telling yourself, I am not there yet. I'm still in the process. I will not give up. Baby steps, doesn't matter, but I still go on and on. The power of yet, the power of not yet will get you going. But if you say cannot, you will just give up. You will not even embark on the speed reading that I gave you.
Yes.
Thank you, Keith. Fantastic, the power of yet. Huh? Anybody else? I'm very deprived of faces, you know. I only see Chong and Kia, very deprived of faces, yes. Anybody else? Emeline, oh, so sweet of you, Emeline, thank you. Yes, Emeline, give me one more. Sanjeev, I'm still waiting for your handsome face.
Okay, no, I mean, I'm giving you an answer instead of the face.
Okay, okay.
So I think you can calm yourself down, calm your emotions down, and then you can start to be conscious, where you can use your thinking part of the brain to think instead of allowing the emotional part of the brain to feel.
Okay.
So you calm yourself down first. Calm your emotions down first.
Sanjeev, it takes there's 2 peanut-sized organs in our brains, you know. It's called the amygdala.
Yeah.
This is the seat of emotion. This is the one in 1/4 second. In fact, less. In fact, research has not given us exactly how fast, but they say 1/4 second. In 1/4 second, you get an amygdala hijack. You know? So that's the thing you need to keep in mind, you see. And the amygdala hijack, that 1/4 second is, you remember the ladder of influence that I gave you? That all takes place within 1/4 second, no? Can you imagine how intelligent we are?
Yeah.
So the thing is this, if you don't use this energy properly, this passion that you have properly, then you would still be the elephant. This heavy negative elephant. The thinking brain, which is the rider, can you see the rider, this guy on thinking on the elephant, will have no
purpose.
On the
Passion.
yes, will have no purpose, you see. So let me sum up what you guys have given me. Whenever you are faced with a VUCA, V, volatile situation, U, uncertain situation, C, complex situation, A, something which is not clear, very ambiguous. And I'm not talking about simply situations, guys. I'm talking even about relationship management, conflict, dealing with difficult people. I'm talking about all this. So VUCA encompasses all this. So when you're faced with a VUCA situation, ask yourself, what can I win? Number one, what can I win from this situation? And when you talk about win, think back about, hey, what is my current, don't wayang and look outside first, guys. Look within yourself first and ask yourself, what is my current identity? I am this elephant which has got a lot of energy, you know. I've got so much of emotional energy. Can I just redirect it? That is a win. If I want to actually accomplish this particular task that Sandra has given me, can I find a purpose? Can I find a value? Can I find a certain belief to do the task? When you are in this identity stage, you're usually talking about your values, beliefs, okay? When you're in this higher state. If you go back to the system 1 ladder of inference thinking, if you recollect, one of the things that was discussed was, why should I do this speed reading thing? It's wasting my time. Time is of essence for this person. Throw away all old values that you cannot influence the person with certain values. Don't bang your head against the wall. Try and look outside the box for different values that the person has. So if the person is very, very fixated on time, then use time to actually influence the person. So it's your job to actually look at values. If it is you that you're talking about, look at your other values and then draw it out. So what can you win? It's already a natural win. You don't have to look outside, okay? So here I wrote, use current identity, your existing high emotional energy. To do what? To look for your existing values to incentivize your new skill. And in this case, I gave you speed reading, okay? Next thing, learn. Learn to remove impediments, learn to acknowledge them, learn to find them, learn to discover them. And then, Chong, this is where you come in here. You said, what I focus on will expand. So don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive. Do you know what this is called, Chong? What I focus on will expand. Do you know what this is called? This is called a presupposition, where you take it like an injection and you inject it in your head so that you move from fix to growth. Fix to growth. So these are some presuppositions. They are called neuro-linguistic presuppositions. Some of you have heard about it, where at the time where you feel that you're going to fall into the panic zone, you're in the learning zone and you're going to fall into the panic zone, you quickly inject this into your head. When you attend the workshop, I'll give you a list of presuppositions that you can interject so that you move back and you influence your learning zone. You expand your learning zone. So the things that you say to yourself, the language that you use actually expands your learning zone. So learn what? Learn to remove impediments. Learn to be agile. All right? For what? Why should I learn to be agile? So that I'm able to change. Why? Why should I change? I give you another presupposition. Because if I don't get the results I want, I change the way I do things. This is typical, loosely adapted Albert Einstein saying, where he said, hey guys, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you're getting this result and you're not happy with this result, change the way you're doing things. right? So win, learn, change. But in order for you to do this, you must have grit, which is perseverance. And you must believe in the power of yet. So that's a summary of growth mindset that you gave me. In fact, you articulated for me. So in summary, guys, learn how to win, learn and change, learn how to direct the rider. The rider is your thinking brain. Learn how to motivate the elephant. The elephant is your emotional brain. And learn how to shape your path. That's all I have for you guys. Before I leave you guys, is there anything you would like to ask me? Anyone? Anything you would like to ask me on growth mindset and fixed mindset? I use the elephant and the rider as an analogy to explain to you what it is.
Yep, early on, sorry. Yeah, early on you said, I know when I said calm your emotions down and then you're able to use your thinking brain.
Yes.
Right. So when you are, okay, so you mentioned about amygdala. So when you are thinking out of, when emotions arise, you are thinking out of your emotional part of the brain, which is amygdala, right? But
hold on, Sanjeev, let me correct you here. Let me correct you here. So, the emotional brain can be positive emotion, it can be negative emotion.
Yeah, correct. Mm.
An emotional hijack can be a positive emotional hijack, can be a negative emotional hijack.
Yeah, I understand.
Is because we're talking about fixed mindset, then we're talking about negative hijacks.
I see.
In order for you to stop this negative hijack, let me bring you back, Sanjeev. Don't worry.
Yep.
Can you see? In order for you to stop this, can you see learn, remove impediments?
Okay.
Here, remove impediments. The minute you remove impediments, even though you hijack, you come back very quickly. Here's the thing in psychology, there is no such thing as you don't get emotionally hijacked, you know. So if you were to slap my face, there is no such thing as, okay, I'm very calm, guys. You can do whatever you want with me. No. You will get the hijack. It's how you control and what do you do with this hijack.
Yeah.
Do you want to manifest this into better energy or do you want to just go ruminating in your fixed mindset?
So if you are, okay, so I mean, okay, once, like for example, I get slapped and then that particular emotions of anger comes in. And then that's where you say, no, direct your anger into something else so that it will influence the thinking into something of a passion, right?
Hold on, Sanjeev, I take chunk by chunk, okay? I break what you said. So you slap me, Sanjeev.
Yeah.
I become emotionally hijacked. I am in this anger emotion. Okay?
Sure.
So I have a lot of energy when you slap me, you know. I will have a lot of artificial energy and adrenaline, no? Do you know it's the same adrenaline as if you tell me, Sandra, I have this project. I think you can do it. You know, this. When you give me certain wins, do you know it's the same adrenaline? So why use it for negative purpose? All right. So why not move it to growth? Why not move it to perseverance? Why not move it to excitement instead of anger? So how do you shift it, you see?
Yeah.
Shift the energy.
Yeah, Ken, sure, I understand. Thanks so much for answering.
Sure.
Yeah.
Any more
questions? Sandra, so when you are at that artificial energy, artificial adrenaline, at that state, right? How do you, adrenaline state. Yes, how do you,
very long word.
How do you hijack yourself? How you stop yourself from that? That means you need to check and then get yourself out.
Okay, so when you have anger hijack, when you're angry, so if you're not careful, you remain in fixed. But if you know what to do, then you quickly ask yourself, What is the situation? What is the volatility here? What is the uncertainty here? Why am I not getting along with this person? I'm unsure. Ambiguity comes in. I'm unsure. Is my values matching your values? What is it that I don't know? If you immediately ask questions instead of telling, immediately you ask questions, it will put you in a different mood. In your brain, Emily, in your brain, we have a lot of neural pathways, no? We have a lot of pathways, you know. So it's really up to you, whenever you face a VUCA, do you want to enhance your negative fixed mindset neural pathway? Do you know it becomes very strong if you use it over and over again? Or do you want to enhance your positive growth mindset neural pathways? Have you heard of neuroplasticity, guys? Neuroplasticity. It's what you put in, what you inject in, what you think. That's the pathways that will grow and become very, very strong. It becomes very, very strong. Very strong for what? For you to handle challenges. What is a challenge? The VUCA that I discussed with you. Is challenges only VUCA? No. Relationships. Dealing with different relationships. Your different responses to a conflict. Do you always compete? Do you collaborate? Do you always avoid? Do you always accommodate? What do you do? You see, it's because you don't have the tools, you see. You also don't have the tools to interject so that you have a quick mind shift. But I'm not saying you will never get angry. There's no such thing.
Yeah. Hi, Sandra.
Yes,
Daniel.
Sandra.
Okay, I just want to ask something a bit. Okay, is your full name Sandra Daniel?
Yes, my full name is Sandra Daniel. Fortunately or unfortunately, we're going to discover it soon.
Okay, are you a lecturer?
Yes, I lecture in Singapore Institute of Technology.
Oh, where? I mean, before this, did you lecture anywhere else?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Do you lecture counseling psychology?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Now, currently, I don't. I only I've only just developed certain curriculums for Singapore. My latest task was that.
Okay. Previously, was not a psychology or counselor lecturer.
No.
No, Okay. You look familiar. That's why.
Oh boy. I didn't see you in IMH, did I?
No, definitely. Or maybe I saw you there. Yeah. That's why a bit familiar.
Okay. I take the win from that. I will take the win from that.
Sure.
Anything else, guys? Anybody else? If you need to speak to me, you probably will have to unmute and speak to me. You know why? Even though you raise your hand, I can't see you.
Sandra, do you do other courses with Aventis apart from this?
Yes, I'm doing the EQ to deal with difficult people. But some of the modules are overlapped. So if you attend this, probably when you speak to me, I will give you insights of the others, because growth mindset is also how you handle relationships. So very similar crossed modules.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else, guys? I'm going to count to 10, as all how Zoom trainers do. And then if there is nothing else, I'm going to just show you Rena's address and QR code so that you become very comfortable with it. And you know, if you need it, and then I shall sign out. I shall count to 10. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, guys. And here is the QR code, if you're interested. See you guys.
Thank you.
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 Bye.
Sandra,
Yes, hi.
do you have any LinkedIn account so that I can follow you?
Right, okay, Ping, I need to tell you something honestly about myself. I am this fussy old partner. I don't follow Facebook and all that. It irritates the living daylights out of me. I am this old dinosaur person. So I have that growth mindset to go and do this LinkedIn thing. So I will try to have it. But anyway, can I just give you my number if you want to drop me a line?
Can.
Can. Okay. It's 90 67
Okay.
09
09
53.
53. Thank you so much.
Okay. If you need to get in touch with Rina, this is her.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.